guess I'll get started. I want to say back in 2019, I was kidnapped by one of my customers. And I mean that quite literally. They locked me in a store. Well, we'll get back to that. So, I want to say my route was in the ghetto. It was in the serious ghetto. It's in the super hood, the hood. Shoes on clotheslines and power lines all day long, like super hood. In one of my stores, at this store, I saw a guy get shot right outside the store. Like I literally exited the store, I saw him, gave him a head nod, and I turn right, I walk a few paces, I turn right again, I walk maybe one or two more paces, and that guy got shot up in his car. This is the store I'm talking about. I may have mentioned this in a previous video or not, I'm not sure, but this is the store I'm talking about. For the purposes of this story, I'll try to keep it quick because I gotta go pick up the lady from college. I went to this store, and this store owner, none of the stores in the ghetto are run and operated by people with college degrees. They didn't go to school for business management, they didn't get their BA, they didn't get their any type of management degree. There's a few of them out there, I'm not going to list them all. So they just kind of have money from their uncle or their daddy or their grandpa. Somehow they've got money intergenerational, and they will just open up a little bodega in the hood and random hood stuff, Pampers, random hand soaps, just a store just so they look legitimate on the outside and inside for anyone who's looking. And then they sell loose cigarettes and weed, and they allow the hood dudes, the street gangs, to come in and out of their store, and sometimes they'll stash drugs for them on the rooftop or in the basement. And it's a hood store. It's a whole economy system. It's an economical system going on, and they are in there with their hands in everything. So this is that store I'm talking about in specific. Let's say it's called Center Finesse. So I'm at this store. Let me give you some more backstory, because there's a lot that goes into this. This store, I was on this route for over 1.5 years. I was on it almost 2 years. I don't know how long. I could go back and find out, but I'm not gonna. This store, when I first took over the route, they were writing my company checks, which my company was accepting. And then it came back in a business report. Like, one of the managers handed me down an account report that they owed like 13 checks. 13 checks bounced. And my company just kept accepting the checks because one of the managers wasn't doing their job. And so they didn't give me this report until after 13 checks. Apparently they kept getting reports. They didn't give it to me. Anyway, I couldn't keep servicing that store. And as far as I'm concerned, you don't owe me money. You owe this company that I work for money. And you can keep owing them as much as you want, and I'll keep delivering, but I can't. The company will not allow that. They won't abide. So, I had to let the owner know, well, the son of the owner. The owner is actually a very old, sick man who I've never met. He just told his, 23, 26-year-old son to run the store in his stead and make money. That son never opened the store before 12 p.m. There's commerce going on all day. There's street commerce going on. There's crack deals and blowjobs being given out. There's all sorts of street commerce. Police taking bribes on the side. police sticking them up and taking all their loot. There's commerce being done all the time. They couldn't find it in their constitution to, their mental constitution to get out of bed, take a shower, have some breakfast, get to work. Couldn't do it. So I get to this store. This is all back filler. I get to this store, and the owner's never there when I get there. So I had to start calling the owner. Oh, let me just say, they owed my company lots of money. So what I did, I got this report from my manager. The manager said we couldn't keep servicing them until they paid the money back. So what I did was I went to the store and I told them, you owe my company a lot of money. You bounced like 13 checks. We're not allowed to take any more checks from you. Everything has to be money order. And then the owner's son or nephew said, oh, that's fine, but can we still get this order? And I said, well, I'll need a money order for the highest amount of those 13 checks you bounced, whatever that amount is. I have a list here. Oh, the list says it's $720. I'll need you to get a money order for that amount, and I'll need a separate money order for the product, for the invoice for the product that I'm bringing you today. So we did that until they paid off their tab, I guess. And that was in the first 6 months of me being on this route, and the first 6 months of them being open, because they were actually closed because of some inspections they couldn't pass. And this is what I heard from the previous sales rep, who has no reason to lie to me. And they closed, and they were across the street. And when they reopened, they were on this side of the street where I currently was servicing the stores. So they paid off their tab, and when they paid off their tab, then we could, just come there without, you don't owe any money. We still need a money order. We can't take your checks anymore. After a little while, the owner started relapsing back into his, I don't want to get up early in the morning. I don't want to get to the store before 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I still was texting him in the morning. When I get to work, I grab my computer, I grab my printer bag, and I text the guy the dollar amount. The second I know what the dollar amount is the second you're going to know what the dollar amount is. Your dollar amount is, let's say, 500. It was always above 500. I would text him at around 6:30 and say, hey, whatever your dollar amount is, it is. Your dollar amount for today is, say, $700. I need you to make a money order out for this amount. And then I would send him that text. And then I would also call him, because I know he was sleeping. He comes up with excuses. I'll get into that later. I would call him, let it ring 2 times, and then hang up. Just as like your phone would go bling, bling, just so that you would know that someone called you and you have a text. Double impact, as my wife says. Double impact. You got a double notification on the exact same issue. There's no way that you can say I didn't know or I didn't see it, which is oftentimes, that was just what he did. He would literally just bold-faced lie. I would send him 3 text messages, one at 6:30 in the morning, one at like 9 in the morning, and one at like 11:40 in the morning, all saying, hey, here's your amount. 9 in the morning, hey, I got a couple more stores. I'll be to you pretty soon. I'll be at your store pretty soon. And 11:45, hey, I'm leaving my last store. I'm not far from you, about 4 miles. I'll be there soon. And then I get to the store, and he'd be like, I get to the store, and he'd be like, I didn't see the thing. I didn't see it. That's if he's at the store. If he's at the store, he'd be like, I didn't see the thing. I didn't know. And I'd be like, dude, I sent you 3 text messages. And he'd be like, I didn't see the thing. I didn't know. I'm like, well, how did you not look at your phone all day? Oh, it didn't pop up. Oh, it didn't pop up. Just popped up just now. Okay, whatever. Well, I'm going to need you to go get that money order. I need you to get the money order, and preferably I need you to get the money order before I show up at your store, because I don't want to be standing here waiting while you drive to your bank 5, 6 miles away, wait in line at your bank, get money out of the ATM, wait in line again at your bank, make a money order out for this company that I work for, and then drive the 5 miles through traffic back here. I'm not doing that. I have done that in the past. I don't have to do it. The company literally says that's against the policy. If they don't have the money on delivery, then they don't get the delivery. I've explained this to this guy, but he does not respect black people. He's a hood dude. He's a hood Arab guy. Like, he literally don't respect hard-working black dudes who were just trying to get their day over with. And he kind of looked down on me a little bit, like I'm a sellout because I don't eat meat and cheese nachos from his store all the time. I don't eat meat and cheese nachos, disclaimer. And if I ever were to, it wouldn't be from some rat-infested hood store with a fat slob, balding, big beard dandruff falling all in the meat. Like I couldn't get into that. I couldn't do that. Like, you got a big beard and no beard net, and you got a big ass belly. Clearly, you're not obsessed with cleanliness. There's rat droppings on your floor. So anyway, I started calling him earlier in the morning, like 6. Went from 6:30 to 6. Went from 7 to 6:30 to 6, just so he'd have extra time to go get the money order. And a couple of times over the course of this year and a half, actually almost 2 years, over the course of time, he wouldn't even open the store until 2 o'clock. At which point I would be sitting outside from 12:45 till about 1:30, and I'd leave. And then he would call me at about 2 o'clock when I'm on the road back to my warehouse, and I couldn't answer. So I'd call him back when I get to the warehouse, where, I do my truck, I do my paperwork, and I call him and say, hey, you reached me too late, man. I got your product on the truck. He said, can I get it tomorrow? I said, no, that's not how we work. You come back, I'll come back on your next scheduled delivery. This is a way to keep customers from just dicking you around, like making their own schedule, because when you have a route, I don't even get to make the schedule. The company makes the schedule. The company dictates how many days of service each store gets and on which days. And I can kind of finagle it a little bit to try to see, hey, that doesn't work for me on a Tuesday because I want to go in there with a bigger order. Let me come in on a Wednesday. Let me come in on their Monday. And I can finagle for more service, but I can't finagle for less service for the most part. So, after I had just skipped his store completely a few times, because I told him I'm not waiting. I'm not going to sit outside your damn store waiting. Why would I do that? I don't make money, and people are getting shot left and right out here. It's dangerous, and I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Have my money ready, Scarface style. Have my money ready. I don't know why you get a text message at 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning at this point, and a text message at 9, and a text message at 11:10 to 11:30, and your butt can't get out of bed. And it was really just a power trip. It's not even like I'm confused. This guy was on a power trip. He was like, you wait for me, boy. I'm the boss. He sits back with his fat belly. Fingers, I'm the boss. I tell you when you deliver, and I'll get your money when I'm ready, because I'm the boss. And the thing is, he is the boss of his store. If you want to tell the heroin addict, toothless black dude who stocks your shelves to jump up and down and pat his head, rub his belly, you can do that. You're the boss of your store. You have employees of which you are the boss of. You really can't just tell me, no, I want you to come back tomorrow, because I'm not going to do it. So he did that a few times. As you can tell, we've had a horrible relationship, horrible working relationship. He doesn't open his store. He lies about the text messages that he's received. He's just not really good at business. His business is probably failing all the time. I know it was failing, matter of fact. Half of the time I'd go in the store, they also sold like home run and pizza, like that they would cook, and it'd be in this little crusty pizza oven thingy. and they didn't have a pizza cutter, so they were like, at sometimes they were just using a knife, like a box cutter. I've seen them cut the box cutter to cut home run and pizza, and then they put it in this 3-tiered light bulb fry stayer, so it keeps it warm. But it was like, it was not made for pizza, but they, in the hood you make do. So they were just horrible at business. Half of the time I would go in that store, they would be out of blunts. Blunts in the hood is like life and death, dude. If you're gonna be a successful businessman, you're gonna need loose cigarettes that you bought from another state or another county, and you're gonna need blunts. Food and that's optional. And you need your store to be open early in the morning. And if you do open early in the morning, it'd be nice if you had some coffee. It doesn't have to be Folgers. We're hood people. We're ghetto-ish. We're ghetto. We don't need Folger in the hood, all right? You get your cheap generic stuff from wherever you get it, as long as, like, you got your blunts and a little bit of coffee in the morning, and your Lucy's, you're good. And you don't need the Lucy's. You can let one of the hood dudes sell the Lucy in your store, and your store's going to be popping all day. Popping all damn day. So I would get to his store and he wouldn't be there, and I just left. I wouldn't even call him back. I used to just be diplomatic about it. I would call him, he wouldn't pick up. I would text him, he wouldn't pick up, and then I'd call him the next day and apologize, my bad, and I'd text him, oh, I'm so sorry. I'd be diplomatic about it. I was very professional, and I was like, oh, my bad, dude. It says, I guess we just missed each other. Going forward in the future, how about we can meet some? No. I just stopped responding to his text altogether, and it had been like a week or two, and he called me back. He's like, dude, what the fuck? My store's empty. What the fuck? My store's empty. It's an Arab dude born in America with an accent. How's that happen? Why don't I have an African accent? Like, I kind of wish I could pull that off. I mean, I wish I could pull that off. Hotel Rwanda style. Like, Mike Gito didn't even really pull that off. But, I mean, if I could pull that off, I'd do it. Anyway, so he'd call me back, start cursing at me about how his store was empty. And I told him, look, I show up at your store and you're not there. You don't even open your store until 1:30. And you're not just out of chips. You're out of blunts. You're out of the rum dipped ones. You're out of the cognac flavored rums. You're out of everything, dude. The last time I was at your store, your customers were about to jump over the counter. You need to learn how to keep stuff in stock. And I told his ass off. I didn't say that specifically, but I pretty much told him, like, look, you need to go to school and take a business class because you guys are out of a lot of things. I said something along those lines. You guys are always out of stuff. You can never keep stuff in stock, and you bounced 13 checks. So when I said the 13 checks, I guess I kind of made him feel bad. He was like, oh, dude, you bring up the check thing all the time. I'm like, no, I don't. Literally, I don't. I just brought it up just now, man. You trying to make me feel bad? You're trying to throw that in my face? I was like, dude, look, I was there with the product. You weren't there. And you're never there, and that's the issue. You're never there, and I'm not going to argue with you. Look, I'll be back next week because you are a once-a-week store, and I'm not making any special deliveries. You used to be 3 times a week. This is all on you, dude. And I told him, like, look, this is all on you. Either you're going to want to be a good businessman or you're not. And long story short, he is not a good businessman. But that's not where this story's going. This is just part 1. Part 2's coming up. I'm going to have me a cigarette. You know what? Actually, I got some time. This is just part 1. So one day I go to a store and there's a guy named Sabe. So Sabe is there. He's got the long ponytail. He's got like a what's it called, a low undercut, where it's like cut shaved here, and then you got the hair up top pulled down. He's got the ponytail thing going. He's got his man bun thing going. His skinny jeans, and He's high as hell. He's always high. That guy, Sabe, he's a little bit of a pothead. I thought he was a good people. When I go there, I'd shoot the shit with him. We talk about bull crap while I'm only talking to the guy because I'm there waiting on my money order. And Sabe he was the very diplomatic guy. He kept me in that store, kept my mind off of wanting to leave by bullshitting with me. Sabe was good people. And so I'm in there, and he's high, and Sabe's telling me, so here's the deal. The owner's son, he forgot to get the money order. And he's on his way getting it now. And then I show Sabe my phone, and I say, nah, because I sent him text messages at 6, 6:30, 9, and 11. And he told me, you can see right here, he told me that he has the actual money order, and he'll be at the store. He says he's at the store now. And when I got here, you told me he was in the back, and that he just left or something. He just done something. And he was in the back, and he'll be right back. That's what you told me. So I put all of my product on the shelf, and now that I'm ready to go, you're telling me he hasn't got the money order, and he's not even here, and he'll be here in like 30 minutes. Huh. Well, I'm not waiting that long, dude. You better call him and tell him to hurry up or something, because I will just take these chips out of here. I got there, and the guy wasn't there, and I got lied to by the guy I previously thought was somewhat of a cool guy. And I'll think you're a cool guy up until the point where I find out you're lying to me and wasting my time. And/or wasting my time. If I find out that I'm here to do a job and you're literally intentionally wasting my time, keeping me away from things I'd prefer to do in my free time, like hang out at the park, go fishing, do things with my wife, video, anything. Find out you're wasting my time and my money and you're lying to me. No bueno. So that's when I found out Sabe was a piece of shit. And I guess that's just part one.